These are the Longyou Caves, and they deserve to be a whole lot more popular than they currently are. A lot of this obscurity is pretty explainable. The site was only uncovered about 30 years ago, and only just recently have efforts been undertaken to transform it into a major tourist attraction with the infrastructure to support so many people. It really cannot come quickly enough, as this site is absolutely amazing, and it has all the potential to be just as famous as the Terracotta Army or other major Chinese tourist attractions. As of right now, the site is not unknown, but it mainly serves as a regional Chinese tourist attraction. If you want to be among the first Westerners to see what Longyou has to offer, then you've come to the right place. So stick around, because we're going to give you all the information you need to visit the Longyou Caves, starting of course with how to get there. Also, the channel's growing immensely right now. If you want to help us produce even more content like this, please consider liking and subscribing. Alright, back to the video. The two most popular cities for tourists to China are Beijing and Shanghai. And luckily for those who want to visit Longyou, it happens to be a 2-hour train ride from Shanghai. Now, thanks to China's expansive and ever-growing high-speed rail network, access to the Longyou Caves from most of China's eastern cities is relatively possible. Even from Beijing, which is over 900 miles to the north, the Longyou Caves can be reached in just about 6.5 hours. So be sure to check wherever you are, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to assume a starting point of Shanghai. There are going to be a lot of train combinations that can get you from Shanghai to Longyou, but there is a direct option from Shanghai's Hongqiao station, which is conveniently located right next to Shanghai's international airport of the same name, although it's important to note that this is unlikely to be the airport that you fly into China initially on, as it's mainly used for domestic Chinese flights and inter-Asian regional travel. Trains from this station depart very frequently throughout the morning and early afternoon. Return trains back from Longyou run late, with the last one leaving Longyou at about 9 p.m. But of course, all of this is subject to change, so as you're planning your own trip, definitely be sure to check out the train schedules to verify when the last one going back to Shanghai is. Prices should run between $20 to $30 each way. From the train station, it's about 5 miles or 8 kilometers to the caves, so you'll want to take the offered public buses for about 25 cents, or a 10-minute taxi ride, which should be about $5. When we went, tickets were free, although other more recent reviews of the site have said that tickets cost 65 yen or about $9, and when we went there was a ticket office even though tickets were free, so it is possible that just at that point the tickets had not been charged yet. Either way, entrance will not break the bank. Once you've entered the site, you can kind of just sit back and enjoy the experience. All the sites to see are laid out on a single path, so you don't necessarily need to strategize to make sure you don't miss one of the main attractions. This is especially helpful because tours are not readily available online, although the site is ever growing, so be sure to check whenever you're planning your visit, as the infrastructure may have filled out more by that point. When Mike visited a few years ago, only 5 of the caves had been drained and opened to fully walk through, and it appears that that's still the case. But it's difficult to confirm either way, as there's not much information available online. The site has been slightly altered. For example, some of the carvings have been added since the caves were drained, and the hold tunnels between the caves have also been added to aid in navigating the site in one clean line. On site also exists all of the amenities you would expect from a big tourist attraction, including of course bathrooms, a gift shop, a restaurant, as well as a small medical clinic. So even though you are away from major Chinese urban centers, you'll still have access to anything you might need, as this site is not like some of the others we've seen on this channel that's surrounded by virtually no tourist infrastructure. The site is probably best visited in the autumn or spring, as summers can get hot, humid, and rainy. Although of course this is dependent on where you're traveling from, so check out the weather yourself. Definitely make sure to pack ample water, sun protection, and wear comfortable shoes. If you're coming from far away and would prefer to stay the night, there are various options throughout the area, with the average hotel being about $40 a night, although Longyou on a whole is rather small, so we would not recommend it for more than a couple days. And that's about it. Now you have all the information you need to visit and enjoy the Longyou Caves in eastern China. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let us know if you're planning a trip to China in the near future and if Longyou is on your itinerary. Mike absolutely loved Longyou and the entire country, as the people were so friendly. Stay safe and have a great week.